Hey guys, welcome to My Talk Wrestling Reviews. I am your host, Boise, and this is NXT Review. So, in this episode, we have action-packed, we have big matches announced, we have got Johnny Gargano's explanation of why he attacked Aleister Black, and so much more. With all this said and done, let's get straight on with NXT Review. So we kicked off the show with a tag team match, and this was Heavy Machinery taking on the Forgotten Sons. I thought this was a really good start for the show. Both teams really trying to elevate themselves up to the upper cards for the tag team division on NXT. I think right now NXT, for me, opinion-wise, has the best tag team division on all the brands. This is including SmackDown and Raw. I think NXT just has better characters, and you don't have to look any further than these two teams. The Forgotten Sons feel like they've been forgotten by NXT management when you've got Heavy Machinery, who is a lovable big team. They are. They come across as lovable fools, but when they're in the ring, they come out swinging. And that's what type of match we got. It looked like the Forgotten Sons had it a few times. They really played on attacking the arms, really moving the bigger guys. Don't forget, Heavy Machinery are one of the biggest teams I've ever seen. I think that's really impressive. They are big men, and they move like like there's no tomorrow. They can even do the worm, which is impressive by itself. But the match itself was a decent opening match. Like I said, Forgotten Sons looked like they're about to get the win, but Heavy Machinery really got the momentum. The crowd was really behind them, and they got the victory. For me, this is a great start to the show, and I'm going to give it a solid 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5, just because it was so much fun and entertaining to start off a very good NXT show. So we got an interesting promo where we had Shayna Baszler, the new NXT Women's Champion, the first ever two-time NXT Women's Champion, cutting an interview backstage when she was about to storm off because of the interview talking about Kairi Sane wanting to have a rematch. She was stopped by William Regal, who announced that we're going to have an NXT 2 out of 3 falls match between Kairi Sane, the former NXT Women's Champion, versus Shayna Baszler at TakeOver WarGames. This was a really cool little promo. Shayna Baszler coming across like a very cocky heel, especially with her friends with her as well. And William Regal coming across, as he always is, professional, doesn't take any sides on either heels or faces, and that's really great. I think this was, it was just the lack of emotion from Shayna Baszler until she realised that she's got a very difficult match ahead of her, especially with Kairi Sane, who can really, when the matches go longer and longer and longer for her, it seems like she can pull off the wins better than Shayna Baszler. Shayna's better with a quick finish type of match, where Kairi's a much better component when it comes to long distance matches. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes, but definitely interesting. Great announcement by William Regal. Next up we had Dakota Kai. Yeah, Dakota Kai was on 2 NXT shows this week, NXT UK and NXT for the States, and she was taking on Conti, the Brazilian lady. I can't remember what she does. I think she's a black belt. I know she's an actual black belt. But yeah, the match itself was fine. This was very much a Dakota Kai show-off, not a show-off type of match, but this was just a kind of match where you can show someone and go, this is Dakota Kai, this is what she can do, and really elevating Dakota Kai to show how high up she is in the women's division right now. I think she's in the upper card right now. For me, I think she's probably the second biggest babyface right now on the NXT women's roster, behind Kairi Sane. Definitely, I would say that. But yeah, this was a decent match. It was pretty much showing what, like I said, what Dakota Kai is all about. She got a victory. It was a good, hard-fought victory, but it was a very basic babyface versus heel kind of story. A very cheating kind of heel who is very dominant at the beginning, loses it, and Dakota Kai gets her momentum back and wins the match. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. It is worth watching if you've not seen a Dakota Kai match before, but if you have, it's one you could miss. So yeah, next up we got another pretty much a video package from Johnny Gargano explaining why he attacked Aleister Black, given his, and I honestly think this is probably one of Johnny Gargano's best promos. It's like the hero. It's like those old Greek myth stories where the hero has been fighting so long against evil, he actually turns evil himself. And Johnny is at that stage where he realizes he did something wrong, but he doesn't see it as he did something too wrong. He had a goal. This is his goal. Aleister Black was in his way. I got Aleister Black out of my way. You might say that it was evil for me to do that, but end of the day, he's just a casualty for me to fix a problem which I started, aka Tommaso Ciampa. End of the day, Johnny Gargano's all perspective is, I need to take the NXT title off Tommaso Ciampa. It's my fault he has it, and it's my responsibility to get it off him. This is really cool. This is great storytelling at its best. This is definitely the heel turn that Johnny Gargano definitely needs to do. It's not him thinking he's a heel. He is turned heel, but he just hasn't realised it. He still thinks in the back of his head he's the hero of this story. That's what he kept on telling everyone. But yeah, it's a really great video package, really good video story, which Johnny Gargano and it felt like a bit like the Shield, when they hold the camera right to the face and they're just talking. This was what we got with Johnny Gargano. So for me, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It was entertaining. It was great to see Johnny Gargano turn heel, yet still keep those babyface features, which a lot of people liked. But yeah, absolutely entertaining. Worth checking out, guys. Then that moved us on to the main event for today, and that was the Velveteen Dream versus Lars Sullivan. Now, Lars Sullivan last week promised he was going to get his hands and destroy Velveteen Dream to make sure he doesn't go into TakeOver as the #1 contender. This wasn't for the #1 contendership. This was just a regular match, thank God. But I think this was well put together. This match had everything. Lars Sullivan really worked Velveteen Dream for a while, showing how dominant Lars Sullivan really is. And then obviously now that Velveteen Dream, he's playing more of a babyface role than he usually does. I think that's how they're going to go with Tommaso Ciampa and Velveteen Dream, where Velveteen Dream is going to play the babyface character really in this one. He is a heel, let's be honest. Velveteen Dream is a heel, but we just like him so much. In fact, we just cheer for him. That's the honest truth with this one. But yeah, it was a great story. Velveteen Dream got more and more momentum. It looked like he was about to get the victory. Tommaso Ciampa got involved. Dream knocked out Tommaso Ciampa when he got back into the ring. Lars Sullivan took advantage of the distraction and got the victory. Now this does slightly protect Velveteen Dream, because Velveteen Dream, yes, he did lose, but it was because of Tommaso Ciampa he did lose, and it still makes Lars Sullivan look super strong right now, which WWE like to do. He's a big guy and they do like to protect them quite a lot. The match itself was really good. I think it was a good main event, and it did really well for what it needed to do to elevate Velveteen Dream up to this babyface status while keeping Lars Sullivan looking strong and keeping the rivalry between Tommaso Ciampa and Velveteen Dream. So with all that said and done, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. It's worth checking out. Just maybe the last 5 minutes of the match is the best 5 minutes. But yeah, definitely check it out, guys. And then there you go, guys. That was NXT for this week. What did I think? I thought it was really good. We also got a really good promotional package for TakeOver WarGames, which was really, really well put together. It had all 8 men taking part in this promotional video, and it really sold it, and it made this main event. It feels like this is the main event of NXT TakeOver WarGames, this big 8-man match at WarGames, and I can't wait. Undisputed Era versus War Raiders versus Ricochet versus Pete Dunne. This is going to be a great matchup. We also got a big announcement by William Regal during the show that one member of each team, so Undisputed Era will choose one, and War Raiders, Ricochet and Pete Dunne will choose one of them to take part in a match, and the winner of that match will take the advantage going into WarGames. So that's really exciting to see. But yeah, for me altogether, I think this was a really strong NXT show. It's building up to NXT TakeOver WarGames, which I cannot wait and see next week. And I think it was just a really good story-based telling, especially with Johnny Gargano to go. And I think it just. I wish Aleister Black was on this week, but apart from that, there's nothing really much to complain about. So I'm going to give this week's score a 7 out of 10. Worth checking out, guys. But what was your favourite part of NXT this week? Leave it in the comments below. If you do like our videos, please like, subscribe and press the bell to keep notified. And if you do want to follow us on Twitter, then it's at Smack Talk YouTube. And if you want to follow me on Twitter as well, you can do it at Boise88. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews.